Hello and welcome to Colours of Nature Art and to Dephemerember 2024, where we're following the prompts set by Luise Heinzl and Barbara, and the prompt I'm following today is Toxpot and cheese. So the page I want to use is in this section, so somewhere in here. There we go. And the reason I've chosen this particular page is because it's already got two top spots in there, one there and one up there, and also because this is a sort of already a cheesy colour. And for those of you who didn't see the initial video about this page, this was just scrap paper where I'd just been cleaning brushes off from using paint and ink and lots of other things. And this little bit just in here reminds me almost of a cave, and that looks like a little bird or a little bat flying into a cave. And I just thought those tuck spots would be just right for what I want to do for cheese and tuck spot. But before I create this page, in order for it to make sense, I need to explain about the cheese side of it and what the backstory is that has actually sort of inspired it. So I'm going to show you some short clips from some photographs that I took a few years ago. Sadly, I can't upload the whole video because the music I used is copyright and it's only for home use. But I've changed the music for these short clips, and as I own the copyright to that music, I'm allowed to use it on YouTube. So first things first, we need some cheese. And well, you may ask, are we going to get the cheese? Well, are we going to the supermarket? No. Are we going to the farm shop or even a farm? No. So please just follow me, because, my lovelies, we are going underground to find the cheese. Part of the UK is known as the West Country, and down here in the Mendip Hills we have the famous Cheddar Gorge, as in cheddar cheese, but we also have another probably less famous cave system called Wookey Hole. And you can see here the steep rocky limestone cliffs around Wookey Hole. Now the caves have actually been used by humans for at least 45,000 years, and that can be dated by tools which have been found from the Paleolithic period, along with fossilised animal remains. And then this is where the River Axe enters the caves, and it's the river in conjunction with rainwater percolating down through the limestone over millennia that has formed the caves. So let's go in, and we're now walking down through the caves into the first chamber. And look at this very unusual rock striation. It's apparently normally only found above ground, and it's unusual to find it in the caves. Oh, this is so beautiful, but we came here for cheese, so we'd better make a detour into another chamber, and for that we need to go down a little bit further. Right, so now we're 200 feet below ground, which I think is about 60 metres, and here is the cheese, and it's at a temperature of around 11 degrees centigrade or 52 degrees Fahrenheit, and these cheddar cheeses are actually carried by hand to this depth of 200 feet underground, and then it's left to mature for 3 to 6 months. And the mould growth is incredible. And there's a big sign, which you can see here, which says, please don't touch the cheese. But as you can also see, the cheeses are behind bars because it's locked for security, because there are thousands of pounds worth of cheese in here. Well, I will leave you to have a little wander for approximately a minute through the caves, so you can see just a little bit of the beautiful magic that's hidden so far down in the earth. It's absolutely beautiful. And then I'll see you back in the art room. Hello again. I hope you enjoyed your journey through Wookie Hole Caves. And if I hadn't shown you that, this page that I've done just wouldn't have made sense, because my cheese. I was fascinated with the mould on the cheese, and I'm afraid I couldn't resist doing that. And then when I sort of found that this little part of the page already had a cave-like sense to it, and this was, if you remember, just this old scrap of paper, and so I put a few bats in the cave, and then I did a couple of little cheeses to go in the top spot, and you can journal on the back. And there's the cheese muslin that the cheeses were wrapped up in, and then the mould. Put that back in there, and the mould on this side, I started off with the cheese muslin, and then you know when you've got sort of mould growing on cheese, you get all that sort of the fluffy stuff, you can see on there. So I've put fluffy stuff on top of my mould. Oh, typical, that a bit of my mould dropped off. I tell you, this journal is falling to pieces. We've had so many things fall out. I think that's going to be a video in itself, But there we are. I really enjoyed doing this page. It was great fun. And I'm very pleased with my mould on my cheese. So I hope you've enjoyed it. And I look forward to seeing you hopefully next time with the next prompt. Bye bye.